Well, I had an intro for this laid out already. And I was getting ready to order into the courtroom. Dog shows up. Well, I guess better now than in the middle of the trial, so whatever. So basically, we've looked over the case notes. At least I did in my spare time. And we got Hassani watching. Hope you're enjoying yourself. And now, without further ado, time for court. Oh yeah, I gotta talk to everybody too. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there... Whoa!
Appears!
Hello? Hello. He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Wrong. Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it looks like it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell? Which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along. Along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then, if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train. Elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Oh, hold on. I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already. I didn't do it. For serious.
That
That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. You know, it seems we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. Yeah, let's talk to everybody, then head in.
damn.
I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude. I do.
Just the worst.
Then again, I'm not the one that might be murdered, so... Let's hurry up and go, so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes. Were you listening? Wait till we get to the courtroom to begin your arguing. It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. This trial will be over in no time.
Hey,
The story begins when we get down there. It wasn't me. You gotta believe me.
yes.
Come on, Big Mac. Let's do it. Okie dokie. It seems really funny to me that our serial killer hasn't killed anybody yet. He's just kind of casually there. Oh yeah, I agree, man. What did Hisari say to me? Oh, you don't need to know. We have our suspect, we think. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. Man, this elevator is getting emptier and emptier all the time. Look, there's only 8 of us left. We start off with, well, there was 15. The first time we saw the elevator was only 13, but whatever. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. 3 dudes, 5 women left. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. Whoa, hey, redecorating, huh? When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. I know, I just said that. Your school life really is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? You really hate me that much? Or hate me so much? But I'm so cute!
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break.
Yoo-hoo!
I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. Man, there's going to be an awful lot of cardboard cutouts of people. That'd be so much funnier if it was cardboard cutouts, but then again, if you look at them, they kind of do look at cardboard cutouts anyway, so... And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, blah, 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 blah. Deadly riddle, deadly class trial, yeah. No, not necessary. Okay, what skills? I have, like, more skills now. Increase focus gauge by 2. Oh, yeah, this was from... I have so many skill points, but no fucking skills. Oh, yeah, this is from, Sakura, wasn't it? Focus gauge recovers more quickly. Effective during the non-stop debate. The Hangman's Gambit in the bullet time battle. Neat. Thanks, girls. I didn't pick up anything else, did I? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, we've already gone over the stuff. There shouldn't be anything new in there. Yep. Man, it's gonna be fun trying to put together the how it all went down part at the end of this. All rise.
Let's begin
Look
with
at all
a
this.
basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Yay! Okay, yeah, I am recording. I thought for a second maybe I didn't turn on the recording software and only start the stream.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Whoa! Stop partying so hard.
Was that?
Was it?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
You shouldn't be partying either.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Whoa!
Who are you calling a murderer?
Takes one to know one, I guess?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you?
It does look bad for you, doesn't it?
I don't know.
But-
I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer? Or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. I'm surrounded by dead bodies. Oh wow, there's 3 in a row, nice. Yes, Hiro's message.
Everything we found in your room.
Wait, shit, I forget. I forget the controls.
The blueprints,
that's wrong button.
the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Okay, was there only one thing to tag in that? I mean, look at the blueprints. That handwriting is awful messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is... Yeah, okay.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are
Shit,
the
I
culprit.
hit the... damn it! Stupid fucking thing.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Wait, how do I speed it
Hiro,
up?
why? Why did...
No, just hold on a second.
I missed... okay, I know what I was aiming for, I just missed it.
Everything we
'cause-
found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are...
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
I'm not.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
That's not necessarily true, but it does raise doubt. They could have used a stencil for the card or whatever.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
Right. So that alone isn't enough, but it is something to raise doubt.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
How can you go with it? How can you not go with an admission like that? I mean, of course, I still believe the possibility he might be playing stupid for some reason, but more than even that, I do believe he might actually be stupid.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
No,
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
yeah.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
Not quite.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. Hina, the Illuminati. No, it was. I think it was Hiro, but
I got it! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
he's I guess the prime suspect, but he's not necessarily
That
guilty.
doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
Right, but I think outside the box a little bit, outside the cardboard box.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Has anyone ever seen like a murder mystery or something? See somebody get framed?
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Correct.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
Yeah!
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that,
Well, there's also the fact that he couldn't have put himself in the suit anyway because of that latch on the back.
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Okay.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
Look. Oh, I love you to death. And he's a fucking prick. But he's one of the few people that can help make sure that we don't make the wrong choice. Unless he's guilty, but I don't think he is. I'm pretty sure. Not many people could have fit in that suit. Really, they should have put Byakuya in the suit to see how well it fit, but whatever.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Yeah.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The dolly. What the hell? You're like supposed to be my sensei or something, I guess. Like, now Makoto, tell us the answer to the question. Things that were used to move Taka's body. They must have been. Oh, that's right.
I got it!
Use the dolly, yo. There's still one more thing. Things that were used to move Taka. It must have been. Well, it had to be the tarp, but let me make absolutely sure it's not something stupid. Unless for some reason they want the blood smear, but I'm gonna assume they want the tarp.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Yeah, they've done some weird things on here before. I wouldn't be surprised if, even though the bloodletting doesn't move stuff, they'd be like, that shows that's what did it. Yeah. What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository.
God, Makoto, you're fucking short.
And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Well, to move the body. You put the tarp on the dolly, put the body on top of the tarp, off you go.
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
I mean, I'll admit I didn't pay attention to that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room.
Right, but you could have set it up there, you know, or whoever did it.
It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
Meaning it was premeditated.
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Excuse you, ma'am.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Oh, really? Is that why I solved the first two murders, you cunt? Oh, I've had it out for you. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I could change your mind. I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to... God damn it, another one? Why? Why? I have a hard enough time remembering the controls, let alone the rules. Yeah, I don't have a choice, do I? Let's talk about reloading. Oh, is it now going to make me reload? Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Wait, what? But isn't the bullet time battle normally reserved for the end? Okay. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the triangle button won't be enough to handle them. Now it'll cost you one bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the square button. It's like locking on. You have to press the square button in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the square button now has a function along with the square and X and square buttons. I think they mean along with the triangle button. So wait, square or X locks on. Well, it's supposed to be cross technically, but whatever. X locks on. Triangle fires. Square reloads. Okay. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Shit, I forgot how to do fever time. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. Fuck. The moment of truth. Controls, lock on, reload, attack, select truth bullet, activate fever time, lock on, reload. Okay.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
There we go. That one went actually went okay, but that one went
If you're asking
okay.
for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Wait, I needed my truth thing for that? Really? Okay.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread.
Mm-hmm.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
That's just weird. Why did I need to do a bullet time battle for that? I mean, I would have said the blood stain. Despite what I said earlier, I was making it sound like I didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
You seem so upset. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
Oh,
I'm not sure that really matters.
yeah.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Because even if it was him, he couldn't have bent over at the waist to actually pull the dolly anyway. They did point out that it has no handles. Look at how the body was moved. It'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? I mean, I'm not going to know what to tag out in this one. Hopefully it'll be a little more obvious. I know what I want, I just don't know what they want.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
What? Wrong! There we go. That's the one. Any of those could have worked before, I feel, but that's got to be the one they want. So.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
And this is where somebody will bring up, well, hang on. Couldn't they have taken the suit off? Wrong. Not without help, anyway.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
I suppose you could kick it, but that seems pretty inefficient.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet?
Yeah.
You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Not impossible, just very difficult.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Wrong. There's absolutely no chance the costume was taken off to move the body because you can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
I mean, it might be possible to put it on yourself, but you can't latch yourself in. Right? But still, it seems really hard to do anyway.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
Yeah, I mean, even for him, that'd be incredibly stupid.
Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Nope.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
Is he being dragged away, though? And really, when you can't see where he's going, and you can't see your feet or anything, it can't be that hard to get away from that. Come on.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now. Oh, really? That's what you had to call him just now, huh?
So long as those facts exist, the
Isn't
proper
that
conclusion
suspicious?
is beyond question.
I think you just happened, unless that was, something from one of your animes or something like that. Yeah, that's suspicious.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
No, Aoi, come on. You gotta think a little harder, darling.
Hold on a second.
You're sweet as hell, and, look great, obviously. But you're a little lacking in the cranium.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Seriously.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it.
Yeah.
Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning.
Series of unfortunate
Maybe we'll
events.
uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
Shut up, Jill.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Uh-huh.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to know that, too.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
Really?
I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice.
What were you doing up in the rec room anyway?
It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
You? What's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Yeah! Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead.
Oh, yeah, I thought he was dead.
And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
Isn't
and
that
that's
strange?
when I told you guys about Hifumi.
Oh shit, I'm sorry, Asani. Had guests over, apparently. That's when you guys went.
Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Yeah, I keep getting confused on who went where, but I think I was paying attention to the bits I needed to pay attention to, or at least I thought I needed to, so good enough.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Nope.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of the case, I have to find them no matter what. Monokuma File 3. Wait, which one's that one?
So, regarding Taka...
I forget what Monokuma File 3 is. Just whatever.
His death.
Whatever, I'll just listen.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
Yes.
Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
No.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Which one do I do? Especially with Monokuma File 3. Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died or perhaps
I'm
it
not
was
sure which one I'm
after?
supposed to go after. The hammer
We
number?
already know what order they were Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Nope, wrong one. It has to be the order one.
Shoot!
Like that's what I hate about this.
So,
Let me see the whole thing again.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with while Taka's death came.
See? So it's
Okay, so it has to be
obvious
the
Taka came
first one.
So, regarding I wonder if he died before or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
What?
Shoot!
It didn't give me multiple choice for the truth bullets.
So, regarding Taka's death,
Wait a minute. There was only 2 to pick from, right? And it's supposed to be like I was using triangle. Truth bullet selection.
I
That's reach for the blue. Did I miss another yellow?
wonder if he died before or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's death came.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
No, wait. I shot both of them. Oh, right. Wait, how do I do the flashlight? Do I have to hold it? Shit. Okay, hang on. Okay. Right, I gotta hold down triangle. Right. Yeah, I hate these bits, man. Okay, now which one do I target? And my health is getting low.
So, regarding Taka, I wonder if he died or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true.
Now, wait,
that
what order do
Hifumi
they
was
want,
killed
then?
With Justice Hammer
I'm still
3,
kind of confused on which
while
order they
Taka's
want.
death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came
Okay,
after.
I'll try what order. All right.
So, regarding I wonder if he or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that
Damn it,
Hifumi
stupid
was killed
fucking
with
thing!
Justice Hammer 3,
While Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Stupid fucking... I hate these
So,
mini games.
Regarding I wonder
I know
if
what
he
I
died or
want.
perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true
Shit,
that Hifumi
did it
was
again.
while Taka's death.
See?
At least I didn't waste it
So
that
it's
time.
obvious Taka came...
So, I wonder if or perhaps it was
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Oh, shit.
It's true that
I was supposed to just
Hifumi,
press
while
it.
Taka's dead.
Oh my god, I'm so terrible at
So it's
this.
obvious Taka came...
I know what I want. It's just,
So,
I can't...
regarding I wonder
can't
if
do it
or
because I'm
perhaps
stupid.
It was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice...
There.
No, that's wrong.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the focus. There's too much to remember, man.
Hold on.
At least for
There's
me.
no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, That's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
Yeah.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order...
That's the frustrating thing about all this, man. I know what I want to say for all these, but it's not always very clear. And I have to, or sometimes it's just a matter of remembering mechanics.
But in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. It's his watch. Oh, this burner may not be something stupid. Oh, wristwatch. Okay, that's fine. Oh wait, what do I? What's the button for this? Shoot letter, increase speed. Shoot letter. Okay, fine. Whoops. Well, that one was easy.
Now I understand.
It was like that fucking schizo crap they tossed on me last time.
I got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
See, at least I remembered that time that you had to shoot him multiple times.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
It was still working. Hey, how long are you going to keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
Right.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us.
Did it?
We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Yes. As I was saying earlier. Everybody's.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
Unless...
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
But then who did it? Yeah! What was that? That came from downstairs. Blah, blah, blah. We have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
You know, I'll give him a little credit for that.
If that's true, where's the tape?
You know, that could have been disposed of somehow.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Well, I mean, it's an idea. It's not right. At least I'm pretty sure it's not right, but... yeah, I mean, I'm like 90% sure it's not right, but it's a thought.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
Well, not at that point, no.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Could have. I briefly considered that.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Yeah.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Yeah.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies.
It's not impossible, you just don't have an imagination. Or at least you don't want us to have an imagination.
On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared.
Kyoko.
So they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Yeah.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
It could not have gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Fumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Nobody has an imagination except for Kyoko, it seems. And probably Byakuya. Maybe he's thinking it too.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. This is what I started to think near the end.
The dead body moved on its own?
It's zombie Hifumi! Not quite.
No! Not another ghost!
Jesus Christ.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Are we sure he was dead? Wait a look. Ain't there this thing I wanted to check most? Was there 2 points of impact upon his noggin?
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Yeah.
That it isn't possible.
Why isn't it possible? The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Okay, what do I need for this one? Broken wrist. What? Is this another one we have to remember?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking I have to remember the third thing that came up. I'm thinking I have to remember the third and use it on the second one. I've run out of life real fast. Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found
What do you think, Hasani?
Hifumi
Do I
in the
remember the
nurse's
third one?
office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement,
Pausing for a second to read. Well, I guess all I can do is try.
along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a...
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement, along with the rest of Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Yes.
No, that's wrong.
That one was a little easier to figure out.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
I'm glad I caught that early on. I was wondering about that. Did I actually hear 2? And I didn't remember hearing 2.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Or did it play for Taka?
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
Wouldn't we have gotten 2 announcements? I mean, even if they were at the same time, like, Monokuma either would have done the same message twice, or he would have said something like, "Ooh, looks like we found 2 bodies," or something. Yes, thank you. It was an effective use of focus.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Or an altered one.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
How dare you accuse the bear in his own court?
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Oh!
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail.
I mean, I can understand why he wouldn't want to tell us that, but...
But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Right. We found Taka, or they found Taka, they saw the message, or heard the message, and then when we found Hifumi again later, we heard the message again. So, yeah. Yes, you're right, sir.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Because that's when he really was dead.
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time I played was when we found... Why am I not getting life back? Aren't I supposed to get life back when I do things right? First time I played was when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment. And the second time was when I
got it!
Yeah. Okay, now I got life
the
back.
second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong. Body has been discovered, blah, 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 blah.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Yeah.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
I mean, unless Taka wasn't dead, but I mean, everything points to Hifumi not being dead.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Maybe then that wouldn't work because Hifumi came back to life? Well, whatever. I suppose there's somebody with a little more imagination could come up with something, but I don't know. Whatever. There's one other thing that...
I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
His glasses were bloodied.
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
You sound like you're getting a little blood hurt there. There has to be proof that shows that Fumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Oh, goddamn it, again. Fumi's glasses, yeah.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned...
Wrong! Oh wait, shit, it was covered up. Oh, wait, no, you mean this worst time?
Shoot!
Wait, that doesn't work. Wait, wasn't that a contradiction?
Well,
She
here's
said the
one
only thing that had
thing we do know.
changed. Come on!
The first
That
time we
that
found
wasn't the only thing that
Hifumi's body was
changed.
in the nurse's office.
Fuck, I'll listen to the whole thing.
His body disappeared.
And the next time we saw it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being... Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No!
I should have waited. I mean, I was right. That was that was worth contradicting. But whatever.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository.
Again, I know what I wanted. It's just, I should have waited.
His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Sure thing, toots.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yeah, I know. I rushed into that, but I came to the conclusion that maybe you get like life back if you get it right first try, or like you don't like listen to a repeat or something. I don't know. In the end, I ended up hurting myself.
I got it!
Yeah, the cleaning
It
cloth.
was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
That'd be so funny if it's actually Byakuya. He's a closet Pretty Pudgy Princess fan or whatever. Ah.
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
Hero.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
That's true, but combined with everything else.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
His copious corpse.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Nah. It was real stuff,
The
just not
fridge in
his.
the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Sakura.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
That's not necessarily... Well, yeah, it would have to be.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
I'm probably getting the order of events mixed. Well, he didn't necessarily kill Taka, but he probably moved the body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Yeah.
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
What a piece of shit.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Which is a really stupid thing to do, but who might be able to influence him like that?
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Oh, please do.
There's more?
Ugh.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The note. The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka. Could it be? The note Hifumi had.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
Ew. Kyoko had fun with that, I'll bet.
What? In his pants?
Hey!
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole. Maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Huh?
Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said,
Yeah.
Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants!
I got it! That's right! Taka!
They were talking with Hifumi's pants. Well, that makes me laugh.
The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Huffy.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary. But still, I can't let her get to me. I would think the broken wristwatch, but let's see.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The time doesn't matter!
Yeah, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Okay, it has to be for that one. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's what I need to clear up.
Puppy had the note,
That's the only thing I need, right? Yeah.
Then the person it was must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong.
I'm not dealing with that swirling fucking shit again.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
The watch and old TikTok, if nothing else, was very oh, what's that word for? That word. When you like show up always on time and stuff like that. I guess it's a P, doesn't it? Well, whatever. Drawing a blank.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
I figured this is for granted, but I guess not. Punctual. That's the word I'm looking for. I think. Let's see. Oh wait. I'm catching up on messages. Sorry. Hifumi's pants are sentient alien, or are sentient. Aliens are real. Frogs are being turned into genocide croaks. Yeah. But yeah, TikTok's a good name for him anyway. He's regular, like a clock. Regular, that's they didn't quite mean it that way, but whatever.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Jill.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Handwriting samples. Proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka. Well, I guess well, okay. Just the fact that he had the scrap of paper.
I got it!
Okay.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
I got a little too far ahead of myself. I was thinking, oh, proof that he wrote it or something? Well, then, let's see.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is...
You know, I just got to thinking about Hisani. Your English is better than mine. You're fucking Russian. Goddamn Russians.
I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Yeah, he is a lazy shit, isn't it? And he's pretty stupid too.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Party hard.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Although in small defense to wait a minute. Didn't he have to open the hand because, like, oh no, you're a boy, you can do it. Yeah.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip.
Then again, in Super Ferris of Kyoko, she had to go Hifumi pants diving. So, you know.
leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Jesus Christ. Hero, sit down. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Uh-oh.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Excuse you, ma'am.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, then put the hammer back where they found it.
I dismiss it. Someone would have to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
My sentiments exactly. But still, that being said, well done, Hero. You figured out a thing. And the one hammer that, yes, that's true, sir. We're about to get to that, I'm sure.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Amongst all the, packing peanuts and whatnot.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
Sorry, I was looking at something. Whoops. There you go.
But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
I do.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
That's not necessarily true. You can take a claw hammer. I mean, that's metal. And I don't mean the claw part. But, you can kill somebody with that. Just hard enough knock to the head.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
Oh, I agree.
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. There's a lot of these in this one. And we're only like an hour 15 in. Spotless hammer. Yeah.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
I'm guessing that's
about it.
I'm not sure which one they want. Probably the last one. It's killed in the repository, right? So if the weapons were used to kill him was actually similar.
What was used to kill him?
I'm gonna guess the last one.
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its up. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well,
I love
one thing
that.
seems pretty clear.
Sorry, check and see if that's a
Weapon
website.
had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No, that's wrong.
I want to believe that's a real website.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But seriously, a different weapon?
Wow, really? Okay, murdergear.com is apparently a real site, just not the Hammer Time bit. Really? What do you find on a site called Murder Gear? I'd say check it out, but there's probably like malware on there or some shit. If you're feeling brave, check it out. I'm curious. Murdergear.com is a real thing. Maybe it's like some sort of costume store or something. I don't know.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi.
Party hard.
Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
On a wooden hammer, though, I would think the blood wouldn't come off that easy. I would think some of it would seep in, but...
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Why? Did he kill himself?
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
That is true. It would take someone exceptionally stupid. Or... someone easily influenced. Do we know somebody that's easily influenced? That we've seen bits of in the past?
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Spotless hammer.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is
I imagine I have to
complicit in
remember
the
something for
murder,
this one.
only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Okay, I think I want to remember 2 murders.
Based on the rules that have been,
Even if more than one, only the one who actually carried,
assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming
The rule holds true. No, that's not.
Hey, I'm doing the smart thing.
Since there were two murders, It's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering.
Well, it still is. It just depends. I guess I'll come up
Naturally,
later.
if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
Oh my god, Makoto, you're stupid.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
That goes a little bit what I thought before, but okay. I mean, I considered this possibility.
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look.
I mean, despite handwriting stuff, you know, or the handwriting, yeah.
A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
Yeah.
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Not when you consider something from before. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed the fact from the very beginning. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. You know, did they really, like, spotlight somebody in this, other than some slightly suspicious behavior? I'm going back to things we've seen before. Like, way before. You.
Here's my answer.
You did it.
It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Individual.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him,
Oh, really?
that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot!
Oh, you're getting a little worked up now, are you?
Pardonnez-moi.
Oh, did you see that, Hisani? Oh.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is the only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? encountering the suspicious individual. I
got it.
guess. Yeah. Hey, I've gotten all my life back.
The behavior
Sweet.
they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Be quiet. The adults are talking. Is she actually royalty? I forget.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
And Virgil.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Yeah.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? We've seen this before. Blah, blah, blah. Costume man ran off scissors screen. Blah, blah, blah. Blocked stairs.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Oh, yeah. That was that. That was Hifumi.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
And we split into two groups. I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well. Then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will lead the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it.
Oh, so you didn't catch it. Okay, so I was right. I was right.
Looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
Yeah, this is what I think it is.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Oh, this is something else. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, fighting and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die, just like those guys died. Okay. I just took this... This is kind of bullshit. I just took it to mean she was talking about everybody else that had died before.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
I thought the big slip up was when they found Hero. They were talking about the blueprints.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto.
I can't believe this is the thing that's being pointed out. I thought the other one was more obvious, but I guess it's assumed that Byakuya told her beforehand.
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office.
Yeah, sorry, do you believe this? This is the line that's going to do it? Not the one we thought?
Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
I still don't agree with that. That's the way I took it, was just she was talking about everybody else beforehand. But maybe they are coming up on the other line. Because that's the one I would use.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. What is he alluding to?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
When she said that, she should have only known about Hifumi's death. I'm not sure what to tag here. What do I tag? I imagine this is another flashback, because the file... Wait a minute, is the file for this? No, it has to be another remembering something.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys
so
died.
strange. Those guys.
And that is all I said.
Okay. I'll try
and
that.
That's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
That is the one that makes the most sense, I suppose. This one's kind of weird.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like...
Good call.
No, that's wrong.
That's kind of what I was leaning toward, but... Yeah.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
That's the way to do it. That's the only two lines that makes sense of using them on something. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's been a tendency that last line I used on prior, though I'm sure them. No, I think there was another time they used... Was there another time? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just... Whatever. Anyway.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall.
I still don't believe this is the line. This is it? I took it to mean something else.
So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room
Well, okay.
for herself.
I got everything else right.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
A setup?
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
Oh yeah, we still have to address this, don't we?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Oh, there's that. Does it have a timer? But I mean, even if he's wrong, I mean, that's an idea. Although I don't know how she'd be able to move the damn thing. It'd be too big for her, but I mean, it's a thought. No, I realized she wouldn't fit, but I couldn't remember if the camera had a timer. I mean, maybe she could, I mean, she's not looking to do precision work, right? She could put on the suit and just fumble around the arms enough to throw them around Hifumi. But I don't even think that's the case, but I mean, it is a thought. Okay, that's the bit I couldn't remember. They did point out it was old school. It doesn't have a timer. Wait a minute, didn't cameras back then, like even older cameras have timers? Whatever. But yeah, I don't think that was the case anyway. But
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
well, people can fit, they just wouldn't be able to work well in it, I don't think.
Plus,
Or work
I
worse.
happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
You know what's really funny about this case? Just like the last one, if you fail everything, they're like, and they've chosen that Makoto is the guilty one. Like, why would they even think that?
If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Wrong. Other explanations? It wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. The only other possibility is... dancing. Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking? Hifumi is dragging the suspect away.
I got it!
Yeah, that makes no sense.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Yeah.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
The way you react makes everything look so obvious. Come on.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
Like, because we've already demonstrated, it's really hard to move around that damn thing.
And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. Is that really possible? I have something in my eye. God damn it. Oh, justice constant, yes, hero, justice blueprints. Wait, what was his message?
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright.
No.
If the person inside the suit was unconscious, There's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Let's see. If I remember right, Hina said she could have been at the waist. Yeah.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect
damn it,
is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. I wasn't even looking at your comments there, but yeah,
No.
totally right.
Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
It's possible the suit was just empty. Until he can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, looking a little aggravated there.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it.
And they didn't clasp it, I guess.
That's how they were able to fake that whole thing.
Yeah. Or, yeah.
The point of it all was
Because
to
it
make
didn't
us
matter, huh?
believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember your name. Yeah, Hiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
I don't think that matters right now because everybody knows you as Yasuhiro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
Yeah.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
You know, nickname he said for serious one. He said people's last names. I think that's what he did.
I got it!
Yeah.
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Mr. Nagi.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
I mean, it was. I don't take that to be very serious evidence. I mean, you know. I mean, that's not the most solid piece of evidence I've ever heard.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
Well, he did have head trauma. This isn't very solid, but whatever.
But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
I mean, it's...
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Didn't we see a name? Or was that just a title?
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
Well, that's a twist, isn't it? That is a twist.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
I mean, Hero is a loser, but...
Well? Do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Well, she's not going to tell us that easily, is she?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. Eh? E-handbook, Spotlight's hammer, Yasuhiro's message. What?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth.
I guess show us the E-handbook?
And since you have no
Yeah.
way to contradict me,
That's the way to contradict me. Okay. This is where the E-handbook finally comes in handy. Yeah. He did say it would come into play. Yeah, you're right, man. I just now saw that. I mentioned something like that at some point. May not be related to the case, but might come in handy. Show us the
Hifumi
E-handbook.
was trying to tell us. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
if there's one person here who might have
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told...
how many times my
Name...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to
Shit.
contradict me,
No, that's wrong.
I will not be denied.
That's it. The handbook.
what?
Show us your handbook.
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
It seems really strange that he would use her name, Yasuhiro, instead of just say Ludenberg, something we'd all know. Yeah, whatever. This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Oh, you wouldn't want us to get the wrong person now, would we? Just show us that your e-handbook says Celestia Ludenberg, and we can move on.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because...
Oh, she's having a meltdown.
Until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
Let's see, Yeah, your reasoning there makes a lot more sense now.
And that'll bring everything to an end.
You're gonna be good. Okay. Let's see, what do we got here? The poster. Okay, what's supposed to go here? Is that supposed to be a handshake, I guess? Fumi's face. Okay, Okay, 1 a.m., I guess. Does that go there? I don't know, we'll find out. Okay, snap the camera. No, wrong time. Well, no, that wouldn't be go. Wait a minute. Let's come back to that. Justice Hammer 4 wasn't bloody yet. That's not the right time. Wait, what goes there? Oh, I guess he was just now pushing the stuff down. Is the tarp? Is that a body in the tarp, or is that? No, we'll come back to it. I'm sure it's something stupid. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Okay, now he's pushing that along. Wait, is he pushing that along? No, he wouldn't be pushing that along yet. That's stupid. Is that where the hammer would be bloody? All of this in good time. Library was beat up. Well, no, wait a minute, that's supposed to be 2, isn't it? Wait, this is kind of weird. I'll go back to it. There's blood all over the place. Can you press the question mark? Wait, where's the question mark? Oh, yeah, that's right. Which Justice Hammer was in the nurse's office when Fumi was pretending to be dead? That was 2, right? And I forgot about the hints thing. Just to see how those using Kilotaka. What number was it? 4. Let's make sure I got all the ones that we have so far. Okay. What time was Taka supposed to head to the equipment room? He was supposed to head there at 6. Where's the 6 o'clock? Let's take that off. The killer is summoned first. So how did the killer recruit their accomplice? Was it seduction? I'm assuming that one's right. Knocked them out and stuffed them in the room. Wait a minute. I'm gonna come back to that when they. That's not the right time. The only other. I mean, that's his wristwatch, but that's not the right time. Like I know that's a. See, his wristwatch read like 2 minutes after the hour. And the hour hand would be way closer to the 6. It wouldn't be that far. If it was that close to the 7, the minute hand should be all the way up here. Is that just a design flaw? Oh no, it's okay. I see where I went wrong. It's all about the perspective. I'm looking at this down here, right, as being 6. But the way you look at the wristwatch, that's actually 6. Okay. Matter of perspective. Move on. Which Justice Heroes and Nurses? Wait, did I put 2 back there? I think the existence of it. Look at all these concerned faces. Can we use something to move Taka's body? Uh-huh. He was a good little boy. I haven't used good. What was? Yeah, the pure mallet. Now that just leaves this one. What did he use? Wait, was that where Justice Hammer 3 was? Wait a minute. Three was in... Was it 3 that was in the nurses? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Wait, no, wrong one, Steve. I'm getting my shit confused here. Yeah, Justice Hammer 2 wasn't even bloody, was it? Oh, it should have been. Okay. I think that's it. I was getting some of my shit mixed up.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Blech.
That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit.
And he became Robo Justice.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan.
I can't believe I didn't get that right about the wristwatch. I feel so stupid. Of course, it's a matter of perspective. It looks totally right now. I was looking at it. Oh, that's pretty funny.
They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2, and an injured Hifumi, to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds, that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap, and started looking for the suspect based on that. While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
I really got a
He wrapped
piss.
Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
What a good little boy.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Okay, that was interesting.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Combo breaker!
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor.
I, Celestia Ludenberg.
Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Keiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
And there we have it. Well, I did a shit ton better this time. Almost had a perfect except for that damn bit in the beginning where I kept flubbing that one bit.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
What's a mistrial?
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, our bullet time battle was early on, but it was kind of strange that it was that early on. I was wondering if there was going to be a second one. Oh, he's still ready to party hard. He's already jerking off. Look at him. Big winner! Such a disappointment. I thought you were interesting. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg! Or, more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro!
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how'd you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty. Lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use... you know. I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice.
Indeed.
I used her. Oh. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one who stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it. What?
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! But how did he do it? He was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct. That is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then... It's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
what?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime! An absolute crime! I mean... I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but...
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far! It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life.
Completely unforgivable!
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Hmm?
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka is going to try to kill you.
Let go!
Yeah.
indeed.
And also, he can keep her to himself. Get bastard!
This is unforgivable!
Bastard!
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
Yeah.
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan.
Huh?
I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
Hmm?
What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Ifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love. Even if love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So, why did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it!
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how'd you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seemed very straightforward, stereotypical. And he went along with that, huh? He's like, oh, I'm okay with you murdering someone too. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
You had planned to kill him all along. But of course, There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I said we did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya!
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought had been escape, or has been escape.
But
All along you've been saying how we have to accept living here. Yep, it was a ruse.
You little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Castle? Yeah, you did want to at least act like royalty. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires to satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would create a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I get right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette. That didn't end well for her, but okay.
hey,
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled then. And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings. But that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Yay! Y'all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black can disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Yay!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again, in another life.
Game over. Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. The burning of the Versailles witch. Can read what that said. So they just hit her with a truck. Okay. I don't see how that's befitting, but whatever. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. And now, 7 little Indians remain. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her. But I also can't deny that, at one point, I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of the regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were going to pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. Really? That's interesting. Yeah, it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is. But that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you going to keep making us go through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey! Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh. How exciting.
Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? Mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on and enjoy your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later.
See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
And that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she quickly glanced over at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? Still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
And it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. Tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone head to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Oh, shall we? Yeah.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the keys Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe. Thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and... I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little while longer. So, now we can officially say the case is closed. No, not yet. No, that's inviting disaster. Oh no. Somebody's going to feel it. As far as this incident is concerned, sure. But, can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
you.
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? What happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. You do that.
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! Well, yes. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me. Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's what I want you to tell me. And the friends also murder friends, so... I want you to believe in me, too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine. I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Or after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Okay, I was gonna stop, but I gotta see this. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about. Could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet. And suddenly, as if I were being yanked in, gashunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out, the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? It's just an old desk with no old drawers. There's a bunch of files, and it looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry? This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file, and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I can understand if it says, like, I can't leave or, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Oh, hello. A strange sound rang out through my head. I felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Well, somebody followed me. That's great. Ow. Apparently, something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much, at least. They left me some tissues. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. Boy, Kyoko's gonna be mad. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... As if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. A sound. It's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here? In the gym? Okay, I should let's stop on a cliffhanger! Oh boy! I know stopping on a cliffhanger sucks, but this video has gone on way too long. So, yeah. I can do another part later. It's fine. Okie dokie. I think that's a wrap for now. Probably do another part later this morning. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you all for watching. Hisani, I hope you had fun. And I'll catch you guys later.